you?
We're good. We're excited about this.
Well,
Yes.
you know what? I'm excited too. This has been a long time coming. This is, I'm excited to share. It's big. It's not that big though. So our tour, we'll be able to talk more too.
Good.
Welcome everybody. Good morning. If you have any trouble at all, put that in the chat because Tim is going to be monitoring all of that for us. So hello, I think you all can hear me. Even
Yes.
if you're on mute, right? Kim, can you? Yes. Rebecca, hello, and Lisa, Julia, Debbie, Judy, Lita, I think is in the car. Michelle, Karen, thank you so much for being here. Hi, Jeanette, Cherise, hello. Well, let's get started. Thanks for being live. We are in Gigi's brand new space. And just to go back in terms of how Gigi's got here, we started in May of 2020 in our home during the lockdowns. And the first order came in 23 minutes later. And by 3 months in, we had shipped to every state in the nation. We had done sew-alongs and live calls, and it was just a blast. Everybody was at home, everybody was sewing, and it was wonderful. Within a year, by last year, May of 21, we were totally out of space. There was no way to do this business out of our home anymore. We could not hire people. And so last year, we began looking for space. And wow, we found space. And let me just tell you, hey, Nikki, let me just tell you that the supply chain issues in the construction area were just incredible. And so we moved in July 4th weekend this year, which means it took more than a year for us to be able to get the space all built out with all the parts necessary to pass all of the codes and permits necessary to actually be here. And we have a really special landlord. Our landlord is Healing House, which is a faith-based addiction recovery ministry. It's been working in this area of town for 20 years, and our family got connected to Healing House about 10 years ago. So traditional addiction recovery has about a 5% success rate. Healing House has 70 to 80% success. They've helped more than 10,000 people in this area in the 20 years that they've been here. And this is an incredibly historic area of Kansas City. It had really gone down over the years, but this is an area when my folks were growing up in Kansas City, this was a zip code to be in. There are incredible boulevards and parks and very historic homes, those big rock and brick homes that you've seen. That's what this area looks like. It certainly had gone down over the years, but as Healing House has been here with 250 residents at a time when they're here, they are completely transforming this community. Their model is different than a lot of other models. They want to preserve the historic nature of this particular area. So where it would be cheaper to just bulldoze and build your own building to hold 250 people, that's not what they do. And they go home by home by home in this area, and they completely gut them and completely restore them. So they're absolutely beautiful on the inside and out. They keep as much of that old, beautiful millwork, that beautiful woodwork that they can with those gorgeous staircases. I mean, just imagine what the stately homes look like 100 years ago. And that's what this area looks like. And so not only do they completely transform the outside or the inside, but the outside is beautiful too, with gorgeous lawns, flowers, trees. I mean, it's just what you would hope to see in an area that's being transformed. And in the area that I'm in, this is called Transformation Station. So this is a business building, if you will. It's more than 100 years old. It's the original mixed use models. There's apartments on top of me and then 6 storefronts where I am. And this building is 100 years old. And to be able to be in this building, it was gutted down to the brick. And I will show you some of the original brick here, gutted down to the brick and completely rebuilt. I have to say that when we visited with Healing House in May of 21, and they said, here, let us show you your space. We walked directly across the street and walked in, and I was like, oh, good Lord. It was a disaster. But they were like, oh, no problem. This is what everything looks like down here. It won't look like this when we are done. And we just walked by faith on that because I could not see it. I could not see the gym underneath. But once we go on our tour, I think you'll see. They did an absolutely gorgeous job. And they do all of the work themselves because that's part of the job training that happens down here. So it is so inspiring to be here in a place that is truly transforming lives. And I get an incredible benefit because with the 250 folks that are here, there are many graduates, and they handpick the graduates for me that I get to hire. And so I get to be in an area that's being transformed with a group of people that are being transformed with all of the wraparound services that they need to make their addiction recovery successful. And then I get to work in an industry where women's lives are being transformed by finally getting bras that fit, that don't poke or squeeze, but actually fit.